Hey everyone. So today I got this cap gun from the dollar store. A little bit cheaper than the other gun bases that I've been using. So let me just open this up real quick and we can take a look at it. So just cheap little cap gun, right? And what I'm thinking is I want to cut off this. I'm going to use these wood dowels as the new barrel, and even coming out the back. Sorry, I'm looking at it on my computer, so I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to do this. I'm going to take off this because I've taken the brown part off many times, and underneath it's just another handle. I don't know how else to put it other than that. So if I just kind of pop it open, I'll show you. Yeah, it's just a smaller handle underneath that. What I want to do is I think I'm going to cover this in clay, and I'm going to sculpt it like the handle with clay, because this part kind of attaches into where they have the handles, so I might be able to get away with just having a big handle, because it's kind of cartoony, right? And then I'm gonna again have these as the new barrel and sub barrel. I don't know. It obviously doesn't need to be perfect, but like up here is just like a cylinder, it looks like, or a bolt. And then I'm also going to need to take this mechanism off. I'm just going to... The one thing I don't know is if I want the... I'm going to need the trigger. Oop, drop the spring. I'm going to need the trigger to be functional. I just don't know if I need this to be functional, because I don't want the cylinder to move. I want the cylinder to be static. I basically want a static prop with a working trigger. So I'm just going to see. Sorry, I'm trying something a little different right now where I'm recording the sound the same time as the video, just so I can better explain what I'm trying to do in this moment. Because right now it's not super important, but I just want to get my point across, you know? I don't know if that'll release if I... There. Okay. So I need to cut a little notch into this guy. Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is... Okay, I'm gonna cut off this stuff. I don't even know if I need this. I just don't know how to take this out a good way, because that is spring loaded. So I feel like if I just cut this end off, it'll kind of shoot out. Well, okay. And another spring that I'm going to lose. Alright, will that hold the cylinder by itself? Yes. Okay. Oop, until I lose the cylinder. Alright. Alright, as you guys probably just saw if it was in frame, I was able to twist the knife around and just pop it off. So I just want to see how it all looks together. It's probably going to be about... So now that I have that off and I'm looking at this, I think this will work how I want it to. I just need to figure out what size I want that barrel. And it looks like the upper barrel is twice the length of the bottom. And I'm going to give myself some wiggle room. Let's go right. I'm going to say right there is where I want to cut. So let me just mark that. Is that right there okay? I can tell. It's about the same thickness as this. I'm gonna... say it there as well. Yeah. Let me just mark that. So this one gets 2 cuts, that one gets 1. Alright. Now that I'm back, and sorry, the blade is a little dull, so a little bit of some chipping and everything. That'll be fine. And I'm out of breath because I had to run up there and run back. Okay. The one coming off the back is actually thinner now that I notice it, which is fine-ish. I'm just gonna have to figure out how I want to modify that. I'm also gonna need to have that spit coming through this part. I don't know if I can have that. No, that's not gonna go through that way. How about this way? Will you just like... I wonder if it will stay there when I'm... Oh, it needs to pull. Otherwise it... If I like... Okay. I'm gonna... because I don't need this to be a brake barrel. I also just want to see... I have these, which go in there nicely. So I think I'll be able to like... Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to make some artificial bullets in there too. So with these, I do want to see though, is it a waste? Oh, that one just kind of goes into the first one only. So... 3 will make them stick out, but I don't think they're actually supposed to stick out of the end. Okay. I'll figure this out later for the cylinder. Alright. I truly don't remember how much I recorded, and I don't really want to go back and look through my recordings. So this is what I have of the barrel setup. I don't know if I want to drill a hole for the tip, mostly because again, static prop. I'm not really going to be taking this out for much. Anyway, I think that looks mighty dandy. Although I am having second thoughts if I want to do this with clay, or I have a whole bunch of EVA foam. I can just cut this off. I can kind of work it in there. So I'm still gonna have to figure out what I want to do there. But anyway, now it's just mounting this onto here. I've thought about using 5-minute epoxy, but I think that might be too messy. I was thinking about more contact cement, but I don't think that will be strong enough. So it really is. I'm trying to think if I want to get a screw or a nail into here and then backfill this with hot glue, which I think would be the strongest because it will hold it on there tight. And then I'll fill any gaps with that putty that I got, the spackle. This is going to be the most challenging part, I think. Going through my bits box, I was able to find some of these screws. Don't know what they were for, don't know when I got them, but I figure these will do quite nicely for my backfilling hot glue idea. My only worry is I only have my impact in here, and I don't want to go up to my barn to grab my other drill, so I can't really pre-drill holes unless I want to use it by hand. Alright, so as you guys saw, I got the first one in there with some hot glue, and it's already holding pretty well. I'm not even too worried. But I am gonna backfill this like I said, so Alright, so I didn't record it, but all I did was I took a lighter to it to try to give it some rounded hard edges, and it somewhat worked. I don't know if I would do this again if I was gonna make it again. Alright, let me get you caught up on what I've done. I don't exactly remember the last time I filmed it, so I'm just going to record this. I just used a lighter to quickly run over this to give it that kind of icy texture. You'll see when it's painted it worked out. Now up here I carved out a little trench and I put a straw wrapped in some 2mm EVA foam, and then I glued that there. I'm making the knob that goes on the back of it. Don't exactly know exactly what this is, or at least for, but gotta do it anyway because it's on the actual prop. So right now I just sketched on the stuff and I'm gonna just cut it in.
Match, we have Mid-Fragger, who is accusing Homelander, dash. What's your favorite breakfast food? I really like waffles. Probably waffles. Wait, oh, zombies do work now. Hold on. They actually...
Alright everyone. And this is what I'm gonna end with for now, for the build. I'm just gonna put it together now. Alright. And here is the rust revolver, the frostbitten rust revolver. Now it's just on to painting.